Leaf Academy Studios. This is Tuesdays with Schwartz, the podcast all about success. Every Tuesday I will bring you one new success story, then break it down, and also give you tips and resources you can use to start your own success journey. But I want to do something fun and different this week. Instead of breaking down one new success story for you, I want to recap the success stories from the second half of 2023 and try to use them to teach you the skills and concepts you need in order to be successful in life. Would you like to learn how to be more successful? But before we do that, let me just go over the problems most people are facing in 2023. 1, 70% of Americans have less than $600 in their bank account. 2, college loan debt has risen to nearly $2 billion. And 3, a college degree is no longer the ticket to success. Ouch, those are not small problems. In fact, those are major problems. And if you're following this podcast, then you remember the roadmap for success and also the 6 stages of success. Here they are. So where do these 3 major problems fit on the roadmap? And the answer is stage 4, life obstacles. Yes, the truth is that every single human being is going to run into life obstacles. There's no way of avoiding it. It's just one of the important stages in life if you want to pursue your dreams. That means if you have less than $600, you have college loan debt, or if you have a college degree but no successful career, you are on stage 4 of life. So what's next? And that's why I wanted to do something fun in this podcast episode with you. If you're new here, let me introduce myself. Hi, my name is the School Doc, but you could just call me Doc for short. I'm a recognized K-12 expert as well as a 21st century skills expert. From 2011 to 2019, I ran a K-12 district program in New Jersey, and all of my high school students learned 21st century skills. And one of the skills they learned was how to overcome life obstacles. So let's dive in right now. For the purposes of creating an example, let's say your life obstacle is having less than $600 in your bank account. What can you do? How do you overcome that life obstacle? So let's use the previous podcast episodes to help us through this journey. How did Taylor Swift, Beyonce, Oprah, or Gary Vee overcome this hurdle? Well, let's take a look. Before Taylor Swift made it big, she was writing poems and recording them to music. She was 12 years old. She was not a megastar. She was just an unknown girl in the United States. What about Oprah? Before Oprah became a household name, she was entering into a beauty pageant and graduating from high school. No one knew who she was, and she didn't have any prospects of making millions of dollars. What about Beyonce? Before Beyonce became, Beyonce, she was singing and dancing with a couple of her friends in a girl group. That girl group made it on the huge TV show Star Search, but they didn't win. That meant no one wanted to work with them. And finally, what about Gary Vee? Before Gary Vee became one of the most recognizable YouTube celebrities, Gary was just a guy from New Jersey whose dad owned a liquor store. Do you see my point? If you're looking at your life right now and saying, "Who am I?" Well, that's the same question all of these people ask themselves. That's the same question that Taylor Swift asked, that Beyonce asked, that Oprah asked, and Gary Vee asked. Who am I? And here's the answer they told themselves. I am somebody. It's time for you to answer the same question. Are you somebody? The reason I developed this academic concept called the Roadmap for Success was for my students who simply couldn't see the journey. If you can't see the journey, then it's easy to think, I am nobody. But that's not true. You are somebody. But if you don't believe in yourself, then success is impossible. So stop feeling sorry for yourself. Get up off the couch and let's start making life happen for you. So let's go back to the life hurdle. You have less than $600 in your bank account. Now what do you do? Let's review the 6 stages of success again. What's stage 5? The answer is new skills, and that's the answer to your problem. If you want to overcome life obstacles, you need to learn new skills. It's that simple. And if you're smart, and I know you are, you're asking the follow-up question, what new skills? So here's the answer. Actually, I have a better idea. Why don't I give you a solution to the problem? You have less than $600 in your bank account and you know you need to learn new skills in order to make money. And you want to learn those skills, so here's the solution. Sign up for my free newsletter called the School Doc Newsletter. It's totally free, which means you have zero to lose, and when you sign up, you will get 10 free tips and academic concepts you can learn which will help you overcome this life obstacle. Yes, it's totally 100% free, and you will learn 10 new tips and academic concepts that will blow your mind and also help you overcome your life obstacles. If you want to sign up, just follow the links. It's easy, it's free, and you have no reason not to do it. So let's take a closer look at how Taylor Swift, Beyonce, and Gary Vee overcame their life obstacles, for example. In the case of Taylor Swift, her life obstacle was huge. She wanted to be a country music star, but the problem is she lived in Pennsylvania, and country music stars don't get discovered in Pennsylvania. So her family made the huge decision to move to Nashville. If you want to say that Taylor was lucky because her family sold their house and moved to Nashville for her, well, I guess you can say that. Taylor still needed to do all the work, put in all the hours, sweat, and tears. I don't remember seeing her parents on stage singing and dancing, but if you want to be jealous, I guess that's your right. What about Beyonce? After Beyonce lost Star Search, it was devastating. Can you imagine being on national TV and then losing? If you want to say Beyonce was lucky that her father knew how to manage a music group, I guess you could say that, but there was a lot of work that needed to be done from the loss after Star Search. They need to write better songs, they needed to change their name and image, and they also need to learn how to be more commercial. That's not a short list of things to do, but Beyonce never gave up, and she just kept going no matter what the outcomes. Which brings us back to Gary Vee. Before YouTube, Gary Vee's most successful part of his life was selling baseball cards. We're not talking about millions of dollars. No, the truth is Gary Vee probably made a few $1,000s from baseball cards. That's it. So how does a normal guy who didn't do very well in school go from being normal to being an internationally well-known marketing celebrity? The truth is that Gary made it his mission to learn everything there was to know about wine. That's right, Gary is an expert on wine without being a sommelier. We have 3 examples: Taylor, Beyonce, and Gary Vee. Each of them ran into a life obstacle. Each of them decided that obstacle wasn't going to stop them, and they jumped over that obstacle. Now it's your turn. That's right, it's your turn to jump over your life obstacle. And how are you going to do that? By learning new skills. And the solution to that problem is by signing up for my free newsletter called the School Doc Newsletter. Follow the link and you will receive free newsletters in your inbox, and you will learn more about these academic concepts such as the Roadmap for Success, the 6 Stages of Success, and the research-based 21st century skills that all of my high school students learned from 2011 to 2019. But you need to have the right mental attitude. So if you don't believe things will work out, and if you don't believe in yourself, then you will fail in life. I can't sugarcoat it for you. Success starts with belief, and you need to start waking up every morning with this attitude: yes, I can. But I'm not here to sell you fairy tales. I'm an expert educator and a recognized 21st century skills expert. And I promise you, if you sign up for the free newsletter, you will learn the new skills and concepts you need to start jumping over your hurdles. Let's take one last look at the roadmap. Do you see stage 4? Can you see the hurdle that is standing in your way? If you do not jump over that hurdle, you will never be successful. You won't be able to make it to the finish line, which is making your dreams come true. I want to thank you for spending your Tuesdays with me. When you sign up for the free newsletter, you will get the latest new episode of this podcast delivered right to your inbox. That means you don't have to go to YouTube. You don't have to search for anything. It's right there, sitting in your inbox every single week. Oh, and before I forget, if you want to learn more about what you should have learned in school, please read my groundbreaking book, Disrupting Education. It is available on Amazon, and inside this book, you will get access to my exclusive and innovative academic research on the school system and why it doesn't work, what they got wrong all the time, and also how to fix it. Yes, you will learn all of that in one groundbreaking book called Disrupting Education, available only on Amazon. Thank you for listening to the Tuesdays with Schwartz podcast. This is your host, the School Doc, saying I'll see you next week.
Every now and then you lose in life. What you're risking when you roll the dice. Now I'm gonna place the bet on me. I do believe you will learn what it's like to fail. Gave a little and far too late.